probably my least favorite so far.
What?
Her character.
Doll maker.
Oh. I was like, this is your least favorite podcast so far? We haven't even started.
We're doing really
Out of all the ones we haven't done, this is my least favorite. On the plus side, it is also my favorite so far.
Okay, I'm going to be starting. For realsies. Okay, are you guys all ready?
Yep.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm starting in 3, 2, 1. Hello, and welcome to the Boondoggle podcast, where we waste our time and yours. I am here with 3 other people who will be our reoccurring guest cast, whatever. You're not guests, you're a cast. So we're going to introduce ourselves, starting with me. My name is Michelle. My URL on Tumblr is kitco. That's kitko.tumblr.com. And if you want to associate my voice with one of the pictures that you're probably looking at on our album art video thing, I'm the one with the glasses. And to kind of introduce ourselves a bit more, we're each going to say 2 truths and 1 lie about ourselves, not necessarily in that order, so you don't know which one is the lie until we reveal it at the end of all of our introductions. So my truths and 1 lie are: my family has won a major prize in the lottery before. I was once asked to design, from the ground up, a fully functional motorhome. And I have never been outside of Canada before. So next up is Lindsay.
Hi, I'm Lindsay. My Tumblr URL is Sir Isaac Butt. That's sir-isaac-butt.tumblr.com. And if you want to put my voice to a face, I'm the one in the Invincible shirt. Yeah.
Looking shocked.
Cool. My truths. My truths and lie are: I love my cat. I really don't mind nature, and I love my sister.
Okay.
Okay.
I don't mind it. I just don't mind it.
I don't mind, and I love. There, that was nice.
You said it like
Not creative.
Okay.
Alright.
Next
I'm
up,
next.
yes, Rebecca, go.
I'm Rebecca, as Michelle just said. And my URL is justanormality.tumblr.com. That's just-a-normality.tumblr.com. If you want to put my voice to a face, I'm the one with blonde hair that's up in the ponytail with the Triforce shirt. My truth lies are that I used to play piano. One of my dreams when I was a little kid was to learn to tap dance, and I am currently wearing a tiara that I got from my friend.
Dang, those are actually hard.
I think I got them.
I thought of the last one like a couple minutes ago.
All right, Kelsey.
Oh god. Okay. My name is Kelsey. My URL on Tumblr is CocoBum. That is KOCOU bum.
No, wait, how do you spell bum?
We need to know.
Okay, physical descriptor. I am the last blonde with no ponytail, and I think I have a white shirt on. That's pretty cool, right? And my 2 truths and 1 lie are way worse than yours.
Is that one of your truths or lies?
No, it could be, but it's not. Okay, so starting. I sat in a puddle today.
Oh!
I really like rice cakes. And I have a nutcracker named Sir Spanky. That's all of it.
Okay, now, I guess starting with me, since I was the first person to go, you three are going to try to guess which one my lie was. And do you need me to repeat what mine were?
Let's just repeat what our truths and lies were.
Well, we'll do that as we go through so that, like, we remember. So
Yeah,
if I'm
that's
going
what
for...
I mean.
Okay. So mine were, my family has won a major prize in the lottery before. I was once asked to design from the ground up a fully functional motorhome. And I have never been outside of Canada before.
Number 2 is a lie.
Number 3 is a lie.
Number 3 is a lie.
Kelsey just going with the crowd.
I said number 2.
So, Kelsey and Lindsay say that that I was asked to design a motorhome is a lie. And Rebecca thinks that I've been outside of Canada before, or I've never been outside of Canada before is a lie. Am I right in saying that?
Hold on.
Wait, so you mean the third one is a lie?
No, I'm
Hold
not
on.
saying which one is a lie. I'm making sure I know which ones you guys are guessing.
Okay, you said the Canada one was you never been outside of Canada.
Yeah.
Okay, I still think that's the lie.
Okay. And Kelsey and Lindsay, which one do you think's a lie?
The
I'm
motorhome
still going
one.
with 2. The motorhome.
Okay, well, the lie is that I've never been outside of Canada before. I have been outside of Canada before.
I knew that because I was thinking when you said the second one, I was like, that one's kind of odd, but it's so odd it might be true. And then when you said the third one, I was like, no, I remember that she went to like Disneyland or something when she was a kid.
I haven't known you for that long.
I went to Myrtle Beach before, so I have been outside of Canada before. And my uncle asked me if I wanted to help design a motorhome for him.
Wait, like actually, like, not just design, like, the outside, but, like, the interior and
The
all that?
interior and stuff too.
You mean the stuff that's, like, architect?
Yeah. That would be like a technical designer, and I'm not that.
Yeah, you're just a graphic.
Yeah, I'm a graphic designer, so I was asking my uncle if he had any work that needed to be done for his company, which he fixes RVs and motorhomes and stuff, and he asked if I would be able to come up with a design for a motorhome.
I don't know why, but whenever you said that, I thought that you meant that you were asked whenever you were like 10.
No.
Not recently. Which is why I thought it was a lie.
This was like a couple of weeks ago. And the first one, which nobody has said is odd, but my family
remember
has
when you
won
did
the
that.
lottery before.
Yeah.
I remember that.
That
I knew that. I knew that.
Yep. So that's cool. That's
It's
a little
funny
bit
because
about-
that's one of the ones you would think would be a lie.
Exactly, and you guys were all like skipping
But we
over
know
it.
you, so we're like,
So I guess we're on to me now.
Yes,
Yeah.
what were yours again?
I love my cat, I don't mind nature, and I love my sister. Which one's the lie?
Gee,
Oh.
I don't know.
Definitely the nature one. No.
Your sister is the
Your
lie.
sister.
Sister.
Yeah, I hate her. Thank God she's not gonna be here tomorrow. Oh my God.
All
And when I
right.
mean tomorrow, I mean on the... What day is this?
It's Monday today.
The day
You
that
mean
it'll
the
come out will
date?
be Wednesday.
Yeah, so on the 27th, so my sister's not gonna be here the 28th.
Yeah.
Just FYI.
Okay.
Okay.
All right, my turn.
Yeah, too.
Okay, mine were I used to play the piano. One of my dreams as a kid was to learn to tap dance, and I am currently wearing a tiara I got from a friend.
Okay, so here's
I
the
want to
thing.
say it's the tap dancing.
I know that you used to play piano, and I remember you talking about tap dancing when we were younger, and I've given you a tiara, so I don't
So
know.
it's like truth, maybe?
I'm gonna say that you're not wearing the tiara I gave you right now.
Okay, Kelsey, what are you
B
doing?
has to be true because it was also my childhood dream, and we have
True.
discussed that.
So I guess,
What's the lie?
it
So,
has to be the third one.
It's the tiara one.
Okay, Kelsey said the tiara, Michelle said the tiara, and Lindsay had
I
said tap
switched to
dance.
No, I switched to the tiara because I'm like, wait a minute.
It
I
was
remember the conversation
tiara.
with goddamn
It is
tap
the
dancing.
tiara?
Tiara's the lie, because I was like, oh, I should put the tiara on. I was like, wait, no, don't put the tiara on.
Use it as your
It's my
lie.
lie. It'll confuse them. It'll be great. But yeah, it's because you all know that I did used to play the piano.
Yeah.
I want to relearn. I just we have like a tiny miniature like grand piano, and I want to bring that over here so I can play again. The tap dance thing was you remember those commercials? I'm not sure if this is just it was in Canada or not, but there was those commercials where it was like for kids where it was like saying my thing sound effects, here's T-Rex.
Yes!
Yes! There's those kids who would tap dance, and I would want to be those kids.
Just action or something like that.
Yeah, it was participation.
Yeah, that's
Yeah,
right.
commercials.
I think that's a global, like, North American thing,
Yeah.
I think.
So it's probably in America
I didn't
too.
even have tap
Oh, well.
shoes. At the time, I didn't realize you needed like specific shoes. I thought they just had nice shoes on. So I'd like tap my feet randomly against the ground to like music and stuff.
I do that too.
Oh my god.
Then I'd tell my mom to compliment me.
Oh, I'm awesome. You actually had the tap shoes though at some
I
point.
did. Yeah,
And then
I had no idea how to use them.
tap
though.
shoes. You got rid of or you stopped doing it, right? Or
Yeah.
I had kind of tap shoes. I had Irish dancing shoes.
That's not the same. Wait, is it?
No,
Are
it's
they?
not. Tap shoes have like metal plates or whatever
Yeah,
on the
they
bottom.
have the metal clippity-cloppity clips on the bottom.
Yeah, Irish dancing shoes are just like hard.
Yeah.
all right, moving on to Kelsey.
Kissy.
Hey, yo, clippity cloppity clips.
I hate you so
This is
much.
how I tap dance.
Okay. Right. So, my first one was I sat in a puddle today. I really like rice cakes. And then I have a nutcracker named Sir Spanky.
So I know that you have a nutcracker cracker named Spanky
Yeah, I know that one.
because I remember that.
I'm thinking the second one's a lie.
I'm thinking so too.
I can't, the whole I sat in a puddle today. I don't know. I kind of want to go with the rice cakes, too.
Yeah, rice cakes.
So you're all saying that I really like rice cakes is a lie.
Yeah, wait,
No,
wait,
what?
hold on.
What?
Wait.
Wait, no, okay, the puddle is
Yeah,
a
never
lie.
mind. Yeah, the puddle.
Yeah, the puddle.
I was thinking like
This is
actual
what's
like
right here.
rice things.
I was thinking like actual rice too, but then I was like, wait, no, rice cakes are a
Rice
thing.
cakes are the dried thing. Yeah, so you like those, right?
Yeah, she does. Okay, so the puddle's a lie.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
because it has been raining here in like a while.
False. You all got it wrong.
Oh,
What?
Was it the rice cakes?
Yes.
You don't like rice cakes?
No, I don't.
Oh,
Like rice cakes that we know.
I've
The
seen
kind, the kind that are like really big, like the size of your hand.
Yeah.
I don't like those at all.
I've seen you eating them, I swear.
Yeah.
In great dissatisfaction.
Oh.
I thought there's like dill pickle like mini rice cakes though, and I think you like those.
I don't really count those as rice cakes because I don't like the big ones. I like the really small
Okay.
ones with a lot of flavoring on them.
So we were like all
So
right,
Kelsey
and then
won.
we changed our answers.
Yeah, because we all got confused. We're like, wait, this is about the lie.
And if you would like to know how I ended up sitting in a puddle,
Oh, yeah?
Yes, I would.
I went outside to help my dad put up a tent, which was damp from whenever he went fishing. And he had some of his pants were like hanging outside and they were like drenched, right?
Yeah.
And they leaked all over this swing thing that we have on the porch, and I sat on it without realizing. So I sat in a puddle on a swing set of old fishing water. Kind of gross.
That makes it worse.
Yeah.
That's beautiful.
It was cold.
I would imagine.
That's a fun story. Okay, next thing is some people may be wondering, why Boondoggle podcast? Funny story, only I guess it could be classed as funny. I don't know. When we were trying to come up with a podcast name, to explain this, I also have to explain our mascot is a bean.
Yes.
And that is because one of the podcast names that some of us were adamant about was the Beancast.
Me. I didn't want it.
Well, that you were not adamant about that.
Oh, whatever.
She was adamant
I didn't want
about
it.
not having it.
I didn't want it.
So
Lindsay did not like the bean. Michelle and I loved the bean.
we loved the bean for
I'm
reasons.
quite fond of the bean.
We loved
Yeah.
we loved the bean for reasons that I can't explain without it not being funny, but it was really funny at the time. Okay, so we didn't use the bean, and Kelsey decided to go to her brother and ask what he would call a podcast, and he came up with Boondoggle.
Which we thought was
He
a
was
made-up
joking.
word.
Yeah, he was completely joking, and we were like, oh, hey, because anything that Kelsey's brother says is pretty much, like, gold. So I wrote it down on our list anyways, and we just kept it there, and I was like, hey, it'll be a funny story when we talk about, podcast names or whatever. And we ended up using it because we looked up the meaning of it, and I don't remember what the meaning was, but it was like...
Basically like wasting your time.
Yeah, it was like
Everyone
wasting your time. Hence the little catchphrase thing I said at the beginning of this
Here,
podcast.
I got the description in front of me.
Okay.
A boondoggle is a project that is considered a useless waste of both time and money, yet is often continued due to extraneous policy motivation.
Which you will find perfectly describes this podcast. So, yeah, we went with Kelsey's brother's suggestion. Which, was he happy about that? Did he like that idea?
I think you thought it was ridiculous, Michelle.
Can I just say for a second that I already said anytime you go to Kelsey's brother, anything he says is gold. Anytime we all get together, because we don't really live all near each other anymore. We used to. We all went to high school together. Anytime we get together, it's pretty much guaranteed that Kelsey is going to tell us a story about something her brother did. And he's
And
pretty
we're
much...
going to regale with previous stories that her brothers talked about. So some of them might come up in conversation in the podcast, and you'll get to hear them.
If he finds out about it, he will have great disdain in his life.
Hooray!
But, like, your brother's pretty much... I can't think of the micro celebrity, only we're his fan base. His amazingness mainly stems from his social awkwardness.
Yeah.
And his pride.
Yes. No, okay, I feel like just talking about him, we have to say a story about him.
Oh god.
Kelsey, do you want to tell the, chicken bone one? Because that's
Yeah.
pretty much the best one.
That's the one I'm thinking
Oh my god,
of.
yes. That's basically where it almost all started.
The chicken
It
bone
feels like-
story.
Yes. This is the origin story.
Okay, so on one stormy night, my brother had just moved in with people that he did not know very well. And they invited him to eat dinner with them on that first night. So, he did that. And he didn't want to make a bad impression on the people that he had just moved in with. So, he took a bite of chicken, and turns out there was a big chicken bone in that bite. And he didn't want to look impolite by spitting it out. So instead, he ate the chicken bone. And one of the people sitting at the table noticed and heard the crunching. And they turned to him and they were like, "Did you just eat a chicken bone? Like, man, did you just eat a chicken bone?" And my brother calmly responded, "Yes."
I can't hide it anymore.
And then I'm pretty sure he chuckled to himself.
As he always does.
And then it wasn't brought up again. But
Until now.
But we
Until
bring it up,
several
all the
times.
time. Oh.
he does what he can.
And he does it very awkwardly.
I cannot not bring this up. I think it's a perfect representation of my brother, actually. He got onto a bus, and sometimes they just kind of start going, and you kind of move around a little bit awkwardly because you're you're about to fall, but you're trying not to fall.
You're stumbling almost.
And that happened, and there was this lady that was asleep, and she was kind of out in the aisle a little bit. She was hunched over a bit, and he hit her on the face with his bag.
Oh my god.
And he was like, "Oh my god, I just smacked that lady across the face." By that time, it had taken him enough time that they were already at the next stop, and the lady woke up and just got off the bus.
Didn't even notice.
No, and he was just standing there. I don't know if that was her stop.
She just got off because she was like, "I can't deal with this anymore."
People keep hitting me in the face.
I'm trying to sleep.
Last straw guy.
Okay, I think we'll end with one more story, and it's one story about him that I like.
Okay.
I may tell it wrong, so feel free to correct me, Kelsey.
Okay.
You guys were at sorry if you can hear my cat meowing. You guys were at I don't know if it was a Tim Hortons or a Starbucks or something, and you guys were sitting, and your brother stood up and he stood there for a while, just looking around, and then he was like, "I don't know why I stood up," and sat back down.
Oh my god, I remember this story, yes.
Wasn't he in Starbucks or something when that happened?
Yes.
Doesn't that just happen all the time to him?
He sat down and he turned to me and he was standing.
Standing? Yeah, that was it.
And then once he'd been sitting for a little, for a minute, he was sitting. And now, sometimes, I'll walk into a room and he'll be sitting and he'll stand up and he'll say standing.
Oh. So,
kid.
I mean, expect more stories about Kelsey's brother in future podcasts. Because
there will be some.
Yeah.
There will always be there. there were, I can't speak.
All right. So, Microsoft, what? I almost said Microsoft One.
That was a really great segue, Michelle.
That's my talent in life is segues. Microsoft conference that was held on the 21st about the Xbox One new console. So
I don't have my notes still.
My notes.
what do you guys overall think about that?
I think it was really bad.
That was the worst conference I've ever seen.
Oh my god.
It was more awkward than the PlayStation one.
It was so boring.
TV, sports, TV, sports.
No, I knew, because Microsoft has been on this sole, TV thing, and like total, network sort of thing for like a couple years now. Whenever I would watch them at E3, and this was just that, and I was like, I know you guys been like wanting to do that, but you guys had like no games. For the Xbox One.
Well, and you know what the funny thing is like they were supposed to have a conference the same month, like at least a week or so after the Sony one. They took an extra month just to shove in more TV stuff.
Yeah.
They showed like how many games?
They showed
EA games. I wouldn't say that's Microsoft, that's EA.
Nobody's even really interested in the TV or the sports.
There are some people, but they're like, yeah.
It's like, if you're doing the stuff that, like, for the TV, it's like, you might do it, like, once for, like, gimmicky reasons.
One thing, you are going to need to buy an extra attachment or something to use the TV features.
It's, like, really expensive, too.
Yeah. So, I mean...
It's like, I don't even want to do that.
Yeah, and then
I have Netflix and I have whatever. Why would I do that?
Yeah, it's also like how they're gonna be like seeing like, oh, you like this? Well, guess what? This is trending. Maybe you should like watch it.
Yeah,
it's
well,
like,
that's okay. I don't mind that. That's
that
on like
really bother me.
That's on like Netflix and stuff. That's everywhere. That's on YouTube.
I guess I haven't been on Netflix in a really long time, and I just go straight to my subscriptions and YouTube.
There's a category on Netflix where it's like what's popular.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
But that's like it. There was like a thing where they had they could put like stuff to the side as a sidebar while you're like watching a movie.
Oh yeah,
yeah, it was like a snap thing.
Really, I thought that was kind of dumb because like if you want to watch the movie, it's covering part of the movie that you're trying to watch.
I know.
It's also like another thing. Like say you want to look something up, like you might as well just be on your computer, watch
Most
the movie.
People
on your
are
computer.
on another device or have a device in front of them.
Yeah.
Already that they could use for that
Mm-hmm.
instead of going into that and interrupting the movie for other people.
Yeah.
And then it's like Skyping while friggin' never do that, people.
Oh yeah, one big thing that I find funny, but probably wasn't funny to the people who experienced this. While the conference was going on, you had the option to watch the conference from your Xbox 360.
Oh my god, yes. My brother told me about this.
And anytime the guy on stage, I don't remember his name. What?
That's what his name was.
What's his name?
There was
Yusuf.
Yusuf?
Yeah, the one who was doing like the Xbox do this.
Yeah. Whenever he would say an Xbox command, it would like turn off people's Xboxes as
or,
they
like,
were trying to watch
it right
the stream.
away from the live stream.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So and then there was that post that like we all kind of just reblogged today on Tumblr, which is with the new Xbox One, you could potentially, as you're playing online with people, just say Xbox off, and anyone who's using their TV with speakers, their Xbox would just turn off right in the middle of their game.
I'm expecting that to happen.
The thing with that, you would also need to buy new headphones for the Xbox One.
Yeah.
Because apparently no headphones are compatible with the Xbox One.
That is true.
I'm sorry, did you just say compatible?
Compatible.
Compatible.
They won't fight. They just have no fight.
Compatible. Fight.
Yeah, I heard that too.
That was really stupid. It's like, I just feel like Microsoft is trying to grab as much money as they possibly can.
They're just trying too hard. They're
Yeah.
just trying way too hard to get like all of these like demographics. Well, not is it demographics?
They are trying to get demographics because
Yeah.
TV and stuff, the reason I think that they're pushing that is because a child will go to their parents and be like, hey, I want the new Xbox One or whatever, and the parents will be like, oh, well, you know, why should I get that for you? And, oh, TV, whatever. But what parent would do that anyways? I mean, if you're going to buy a gaming system, you're going to buy it for gaming.
Yeah, it's also like, say you have a child who wants it, but that you have like 2 children. They're going to fight over that, and then they're going to be like, Xbox TV, while one of the kids is in the middle of a game or something else.
Yeah.
And then they're gonna be like sibling fights. There's gonna be like a war going on. The living room.
I think you can't turn that off either.
Yeah, I was just about to say they're gonna have to have that be able to turn off. Like that just can't be a thing.
Yeah, but this is the thing. Xbox One is always gonna be on.
Yeah, even when
and the Kinect's always gonna be on.
The Kinect is always gonna be on. The Xbox One isn't though.
What if?
But it's still connected. That's the whole, like...
Well, you could unplug
it. It can record and... Yeah.
You can unplug it.
That's true.
Mm-hmm. But what if you're sleeping and you're dreaming about the Xbox and you say Xbox on in your sleep and then the Xbox just turns on?
Xbox on! And then it's like, whoop.
Or what if you have, like, loud neighbors that yell Xbox on or something?
No. Imagine you're in, like, an apartment and you know your neighbor has an Xbox and you just go out to the hallway and yell, Xbox on!
Yeah, really.
Imagine that.
They
Xbox
have
TV.
And then you hear screams.
I loved how much they wanted to show how they can do a back and forth between, like, Xbox game, Xbox TV, Xbox music, Xbox TV.
And I understand that was...
They're like, look at how fast it was. Oh my god, it was so fast. Did you see that? Did you see it? I did it like 5 times.
Recorded. And that was another thing that pissed me off. All of that was, like, pre-recorded.
Yeah, because there's no way that they would have risked it messing up during the actual thing.
Yeah.
But they're gonna have to have it so that there's a way that you don't have to use voice commands and that there's a way to turn it off. Because that's not gonna go well. They didn't think that through.
No.
And another point, which wasn't even touched on, and it's the reason why it's a big deal, is because Microsoft is not coming out and saying anything about it.
Is it about the used games?
What?
Is it about used games or lending games?
Yeah, used games and lending games. They have been they're not talking about things properly.
Mm-hmm.
No.
So far, for sure, what we know is that they're trying to come up with a system so that you can sell back your games or something.
And get like soft points.
Yeah.
Or something for it. Yeah.
And that if you wanted to lend or trade a game, someone who will receive the disc, the person that you're trading to or lending to, would then put the disc in their Xbox and they would be prompted to pay a fee. We don't know what this fee is, but apparently, it's presumed that it's going to be full price.
Yeah, that's what I've been hearing. It's like, it's going to be full price. And then also, like, the whole, like, selling games, like, through, like, reselling them.
Yeah.
like the way that I've heard it is like I haven't heard about you getting like Microsoft points or whatever. I just hear that they're going to be selling it back for full price again, but this time it's just going to be digital. Like that's what I've been hearing. I could be wrong, but
Well, I heard, I think you get some compensation or whatever for selling it to Microsoft back.
yeah. But is it just going to be like digitally you resell it? Or like you can actually bring it into like a GameStop or whatever and be like, yo, can I have like a percentage back?
I've heard things about selling it like I don't think
They're not being
actually
clear.
They haven't said. And they're trying not to say, and that's very obvious because they've said things in interviews and stuff, and they say different things in each interview, and they're going back on things that they've said, and I mean, I think the best thing to do in regards to that kind of thing is we just have to wait for them to actually come out with a clear, concise statement.
Yeah.
Or everything is speculation right now.
And going on back to the London games,
Yeah.
you have to like just going back onto that for a minute because like say you have multiple accounts on your Xbox One, each person will have to pay the fee too.
Yeah.
Which sucks because it's like it's one house, one Xbox. You could have like a setting that's like everyone can use this one because like it could be like the admin account.
Mm-hmm.
Like you'd think they'd do something like that, but I guess they won't be doing that because they're money grabbers.
That actually reminds me that there is a rumor going around. Actually, I'm not sure if it's a rumor or if it was confirmed. I do not know.
Mm-hmm.
But there's a thing going around that said the Kinect can tell how many people are in the room.
I've heard that
Yeah.
one.
And that, let's say you're watching a movie and there's 3 of you in the room. And that's allowed. The Kinect can tell that there's 3 people in the room, and that's a good number of people to watch a movie.
It's whenever it gets more than 5 or something.
Okay, well then let's say there's 5 in the room,
It's
and another
actually,
person walks in. What?
They're saying that potentially they could, like, different companies could set a limit for how many people can watch their movie or watch somebody play their game or something.
Yeah.
That's really stupid.
As an idea, so the company itself would set the limit, and so as an example, if 3 people was the limit and a 4th person walked in, then it would stop the movie or whatever and then prompt you to pay for the extra person.
Yeah.
This is just an idea being tossed around though, but I could see it happening potentially.
My thing is, couldn't the person sit outside the range of the Kinect sensor?
Yeah.
Well,
I mean,
apparently the new Kinect sensor is a lot stronger than the old one, so I think it has more depth to it.
but you could sit to the side. It can't have like 360 vision.
True. I'm trying to think of like what it is. Oh crap, I can't think of it. Math.
Did you say math?
Yeah, I said math. It's degrees and all that. It's numbers. Leave me alone.
Oh, I thought you were like doing Adventure Time stuff.
Oh no, God.
Oh, math.
But anyway, like, I like how like a lot of fanboys are like, the Xbox is totally kicking the shit out of the PS4. Haha, we showed our console, you guys didn't. The
Yeah,
specs are
that's-
the same. So
That's
y'all
probably
shut
the
fuck
only
up.
pro. That's probably the only pro about the conference is that they showed the Xbox, and then in kind of, I guess, retaliation, PS4 put out a commercial that showed the PS4, only it was really blurry.
Yeah. Well, like the one thing that I noticed with the Xbox One design, it looks like Sony made it. Like
It
the
also-
look of it reminds me
I-
of Sony.
I really don't like the Xbox One design. It looks like a checkerboard.
It looks like
Design.
two different things.
Like they
And-
smushed it together. Like
like-
one's like kind of sleek and one's kind of like not. And
Yeah.
they just put it
If-
together.
If it
And it's like just a big box. And I'm like, why did you think this was a good
It
design?
might as well have gotten a PVR or something.
if they had actually made it like a checkerboard design and not the way that they have it where it just looks like two smushed together, it might have actually looked good. Yeah. But they did it in a weird way that just aesthetically it doesn't look good.
Yeah. I don't like it.
Yeah. I'm just looking over my notes that I took while I watched the...
I only took one note.
What was your note?
Oh, actually, no. I took 2 points, sorry. The first one was, straight on eye contact makes me feel uncomfortable. And the second point that I wrote down was, I understand that they need to build these things up, but, like, I would like to just get to the point. Watching these conferences reminded me of writing papers for my classes where I had to hype up whatever my topic was, regardless of how lackluster the information is.
Buzzwords.
I like how our notes are all, like, technical things about the conference, and then Kelsey's just, like, relating things to her life.
Makes me feel uncomfortable.
Hey, if I had my notes with me, I had a lot of stuff on there, okay? I don't, unfortunately.
One of the things you might have had on your notes would be the specs for it, and the specs were pretty much the same for each of the consoles, I believe.
Yeah, like, except for the 30 trillion buzzword something that literally has nothing to do with the gaming console.
Oh yeah, like the servers or something?
Yeah, like, no, like, I looked everywhere and I'm like, what does this mean? And people weren't explaining it. I'm like, I want to know what this means.
That was with the cloud thing, right?
I want to say yes, but at the same time, I don't know. I can't remember it.
Because that's where you would save your games, I think. I'm not sure. You would store information on the cloud, which I hate that term, because it's just like, nobody knows what it is.
It's the cloud, don't you know?
I know what it is, but it's like, it's such a stupid term for it.
It is.
So they have, I guess they got more servers for that, and basically it means, what I think it means is that if you're storing information on the cloud, if you're near one of those servers, it will go faster for you, is what I'm assuming.
Yeah. Well, the thing that I hate about, like, all of these consoles coming out is that they're all dependent on a really good, like, internet connection now.
Yeah.
Yeah, you have to be connected for the Xbox One to work, apparently. Because it, like, hooks up to the Microsoft servers every 24 hours or something.
Yeah.
So if you can't do that, it won't work.
If 24 hours passes and you're not connected to the internet, it will see that you're not connected to the internet. And even if you go and try and play, like, a single-player game that, you know, you wouldn't need internet access for, it won't let you play it.
Yeah, it just completely locks you out, which is really stupid.
Like, anybody with, like, dial-up or you couldn't even play it. Like, you couldn't even bring the system out to, like, your cottage or something and play it there because, whoops, you don't have internet.
Well, it's like with us in Canada and all, our internet isn't the greatest. And especially out here, like, where I live right now, our internet sucks. Like, I should be able, like, to easily just hook up, like, quickly and be like, okay, I'm online, okay, calm down, Xbox. For God's sakes, just shut up. I'm here.
But, like, I'm really emotional.
It's funny because I'm not getting an Xbox. But anyway, it's like, I don't want to have to do that, like, literally every 24 hours, like, turn it on and just be like, yo, I'm here.
I don't think it's that you have to do it every 24 hours. I think it's just that if you're going to play on it, it has to connect. So if you're not able to connect...
Well, it's always on.
24 hours?
Yeah, that's the thing. It's like, it's always on.
So it will check and see if you're connected. And so if your internet went out for, like, over 24 hours, you can't play anything.
Would that mean that you wouldn't even be able to freaking watch that really expensive TV?
Yeah, I would assume so. Because it's like everything in the
movies
Xbox
or anything
is connected, right?
I have no idea. I would assume so.
Yeah. Another thing that's, like, bothering me about the Xbox One is that, like, hard copies for your discs basically don't matter once you put it in
Yeah, because it installs
and
on.
it only really holds like 10 games at a time. So like,
it's
you want to play
500.
this new game you got, and you already got 10 games already automatically downloaded onto your Xbox.
I have a note about that.
Well, like, it's like, okay, the hard drive is going to be 500 gigabytes.
Yes.
And roughly every Blu-ray disc, which also means because Sony owns Blu-ray, Microsoft is, like, paying them a pretty penny for their machine to be able to run Blu-rays. And also, every Blu-ray disc is about 50 gigabytes or more. So
and the operating systems that run on the Xbox One, it was quoted that they take up a significant amount of, a substantial amount of the hard drive.
That's more than significant.
Yeah, and then
and I have another note that says TV only in America.
Yeah, that's another thing. It's like us people outside of America are basically fucked for everything. Too bad we got the Wii Mini, so
yeah, I
you
was just about to say, I was like, I think it's kind of funny how, like, they get, like, super expensive
no internet connection on
Xbox
it.
TV, and then we get freaking Wii Minis that are useless.
Yeah, it doesn't even have internet connection.
Have the Wii Mini than to get, like, a new Wii U. Like,
yeah.
And most people already have a Wii, so I just be like, yeah, just don't get that. Save, like, another couple, bits of money and get the Wii U.
Like, the fact that it's the Wii Mini, just to get off topic of the Xbox, anyway, because it's, like, only $100, like, say you're a collector of, like, Nintendo stuff, I can see, like, if you're a diehard Nintendo fan, you can get that and be like, I got a Wii Mini. Fuck you, America.
If you're a collector, you're getting it anyway.
Yeah, regardless, like, but like if you're just anyone else, don't, unless you have like little kids that you just want to play like those stupid little games with.
I wouldn't even get that because apparently not all Wii games work for it. I think.
Oh.
I don't know. It had a number where it said over this many Wii games work for it.
Ow.
And I'm like, how come you have to say over this many work for it? Shouldn't all of them work for it?
Yeah. But I guess, no, a lot of them wouldn't require internet connection.
Yeah. So don't buy the Wii Mini.
Yeah.
And don't buy the Xbox One.
Going off topic, don't buy the Wii Mini.
And I mean, I was gonna say before we even started the Xbox One discussion is that I feel like we're pretty, well-rounded to discuss it because I'm a Nintendo console person. I have, like, all the Nintendo console type things. And
Nintendo, I was gonna say, Nintendo girl?
Nintendo girl.
I don't know. I was trying to make it work, but it didn't.
So I don't really have any connection because the only PlayStation Xbox thing that I would own would be the PlayStation 2. I don't have an Xbox 360, or a PS3, so I'm not really in that kind of argument thing. And
you have the slim PS2, right?
Yeah.
The smaller one, yeah.
And then, Lindsay, you have the PS3, and Kelsey, you have the PS3, right? Yeah.
Yeah.
And Rebecca, do you have both?
I have
both.
She has both.
Yeah, she has both.
I've had the 360 longer, and I've had more games for the 360. And here's the kicker. It's because the games that I get for the 360, I get them so that I could share them with my brother who has a 360, which will be irrelevant for the Xbox One. But yeah, that's... But I also think I love Nintendo more as a company.
Yeah, like, Rebecca, you've been, like...
Because you and me, Michelle, we grew up with Nintendo.
Yeah, man.
I only got the PS3 and the Xbox 360 more recently in my life.
Yeah, because I was also going to say...
earlier.
Because I was going to say, Rebecca, you're kind of, like, spread out. Like, you're basically a fan of all of them.
Yeah, I love all of them.
Like, I have, like, a Wii, and I have, like, an N64, and I have a GameCube and all that. But, like, I was more, PlayStation because I was like, oh my god, Jack and Daxter, this game is awesome. It's platforming. Yes. It was good platforming. I love that game.
That was good platform.
Sassy, whatever the hell he was, Weasel, Oslet, whatever.
Anyway.
Wow, Lindsay. Wow.
Shut up, Kelsey. I hate you.
Okay. Going back to the conference, I think it was kind of funny. They only showed like what 2 games
They
for
showed
the conference.
they showed more
I
than
guess
that.
they showed a couple. They showed like a couple of like sports games.
Yeah.
But they didn't even show like in-game graphics until they reached like Call of Duty.
And that's
And
not
honestly, I don't even like Call of Duty, and that was the most interesting part for me, other
Call
than
of Doggy!
oh yeah, Call of Doggy.
I'm going
is
to
what
get
it
it for
should
the
be
dog!
called.
and
Except for
Dog.
that one game that actually kind of woke me up out of my
Quantum
buzzword
Break.
spell. Yeah,
Mhm.
Quantum. Is it Quantum Break or Quantum Leap?
Quantum
It's
Break.
Quantum Break.
And
yeah,
like
I'm
can't
wondering,
believe
is
it.
that supposed to be like a TV game, like Defiance?
I think so.
I think,
I
yeah, that's what it's supposed to be. And I kept
Because
giving
they
it...
didn't really explain.
No, it
And
didn't.
we're all just confused.
It was a teaser, so I mean, they teased.
They,
It was
they
really
sure did.
interesting. But no, like with the whole Quantum Break part, I just kept calling it Quantum Dream, and I'm like, that's not right.
I think there was like
Because it's
overall
Quantic
3
Dream.
interesting things in the entire conference, and that was the Quantum Break, because everybody was like, "What the hell's that?"
And then the
the
mocap dog.
announcement for the Call of Doggy, because they had a dog and actually showed freaking in-game graphics, and the Halo TV series, just because everybody was excited for it, and Steven Spielberg came and
Yeah.
but apparently
Yeah.
he's just like a producer, I think.
Yeah.
So-
Yeah.
He's not
Not
like,
like he's directing or writing or anything.
no.
So, but I really do. I was getting kind of annoyed when they had like the car game, and it was just like, oh, look how pretty this car is, which is like nice, but it's like,
Popcorn.
show me what the game is going to be like.
And I mean, like,
Don't care, because this isn't what it's going to end up looking like, because they do that a lot, and it's fine if you have like a little bit of that and then show like the
Yeah.
gameplay. That's totally fine with me. But like if you just have like that one bit, then it's like, well, I don't know if I'm actually going to like that game or not.
it
I
would
won't-
be cool. It
Yeah.
would be cool if they showed that, and then they were like, and those are in-game graphics. I would be impressed by that.
Yeah.
Like,
Well,
it's
that-
like whenever Sony had their conference, like they got all of like basically the boring games, like the sports and the car games out of the way, and then they were like, "Hey, you want to see some good games?" Yeah. Okay, the knack game for that was pretty adorable, I have to admit. Did anyone watch it?
I did.
Watch what?
The Sony conference.
I did, but I
I
forget
thought-
it.
I got through like some of it.
I watched it earlier today at like 5,
Yeah.
and I found 2 more notes that I wrote from it.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, you're gonna love them, I'm sure. They're super
God.
insightful.
Go.
The first one was, and I'm practically directly quoting someone. I don't know who it was. I think he was wearing plaid. Maybe. Anyway, so I learned that I not only expect, but deserve multi-dimensional experiences in gaming. And then after that, I said that I liked when the second guy talking that was wearing plaid said system specs at about 15 minutes in.
System
specs.
specs.
Oh my god.
He said it like super intensely. And then he kept on clasping his hands and smiling, and I was like, whoa.
System
What is
specs.
he planning?
System specs.
That's basically all I could think of. I watched both of the conferences today, and all I could think of was body language and stuff, and I was like, this is really weird. I don't want to watch it.
conferences are usually really awkward to sit through.
Yeah, that's why I watched them today, because I was really reluctant.
Because you're like, oh, I have to watch them now, so here goes nothing. Oh, it's so weird.
I think it was kind of funny how, like, I saw, like, for the PlayStation conference, the share button on the controller or whatever.
Yeah.
I found that did more, like, social interactions that you would do for gaming than Microsoft was trying to do for the Xbox One. They're like, hardcore gamers just love, like, to tweet or whatever. And I was like,
Yeah.
no!
No, we don't. We just want to play the goddamn game. But the one
Whereas,
thing
like,
I noticed...
PlayStation, it's like, you can, play with, you can, like, live stream while your friends watch you play, and then your friend could jump in and play the game. You could be, like, off into the bathroom or something.
It's like, dude, I gotta go to the bathroom. I can't pause it. You play it for me, alright? I'll be back in 5.
Entertain the troops.
That's
But no, like, about the share button, like, I just, like, where it is, I feel like my finger might slip and hit it at some point. Because I like, whenever I game, I'm, like, panicking. I'm like, oh, I'm gonna die. Oh my god, I press buttons. I killed myself.
One of the things with the share button thing, with the Xbox One conference, they touched on a thing that I wasn't sure if they were trying to say that this is their, like, version of the share button, which was, like, the kind of DVR type thing where you could record your gameplay.
Yeah.
But they only talked about it for, like, 5 seconds, and then, like, I was interested in that.
You would need to know, right?
It's
this is for, you know, to play games with.
I
would like to know what I can do while I am playing these games.
That was, like, the first thing that came up in the conference, and I was like, wow, this is actually interesting, and then it was over, and I was like, no!
Yeah.
It's like what people have been saying. It's like, oh, shit, Sony did that. Can you guys, like, quickly throw that together for our conference that we're pushing last month? Can you? Oh, awesome, cool. Just give me some specs, that's all. You don't really have to get it done yet. You know, just later this year.
Like, that's why they postponed their conference.
Yeah, we postponed it all for the making up of the DVR.
I think it's funny that the Xbox One just won't have backwards compatibility when it's, like, literally the easiest thing to put into the system.
Yeah.
But the PS4
like, you
you
just have a way so that you can hook up, like, the old controllers or can use the new ones for the old ones, and you just put a chip in. Like, that's literally all you have to do.
Yeah. Yep. And especially for someone like me who would probably be, like, skipping, like, generations of consoles.
Exactly, that's what it's for.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
Like, I'm probably gonna wait a year or so before I get the PS4. Like, I don't want to get it, like, when it first comes out. Because, like, that's when all the bugs are gonna be there.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm gonna wait until, like, their version of the slim PS4 comes out. Or the ultra slim.
I should buy a PS3 or Xbox 360 whenever the new consoles come out.
Yeah, you probably should. You could probably buy both. It's like, yeah,
maybe.
They're cheap.
Huh.
Can't buy PS2s anymore.
Nope.
That actually really makes me sad.
I know.
Because you're like,
it's so good.
my baby. It's how to bake.
You're not that old.
It's really sad that we're getting to the point where, like, it's like you can't go back to older games and stuff, and even, like, online gaming servers are being shut down for older games, so, like, you can't even go online and play them. That's just kind of really sad.
Yeah.
Like, I can understand if they're not in, like, like, they don't have just enough people going on the servers. I can understand that's why they shut down.
Well, if they're older, they don't want to maintain them. They need to move on.
Too.
The day that Neopets died. I never actually played Neopets.
I
did. Still up and running, though. That's the sad thing.
I know that it is, but still.
All the time.
Did you say my name?
Yeah. Because I remember being at the campground, and you'd be down at the store, and you would literally just be playing Neopets. Yes. And you'd have, like, a movie on or something.
Yeah, when I was, like, 9, I worked at a store. I pretty much did, actually.
You know what? I thought about that the other day and thought how weird that must have been for like people to come for people to come into the store and see a 9-year-old, nobody else working the freaking cash.
Well, I mean, usually there's somebody else there, cause like, why would you leave a 9-year-old alone to run a store? But yeah, my family owned a campground, so I worked at the store sometimes. And I would play movies on, because we had like a movie rental thing, so I would play movies on our TV that was in the store, and I would go online and play Neopets, because I didn't have like internet, so I had to go down there to use the internet.
Back in the day when internet really did suck.
Yeah.
You know what? It wasn't that bad for me, like, way back when, because, like, I could get a game loaded under an hour back at my... I know that sounds really lame.
Back in the day, that was good.
But all I had to do was, like, set up the page and then watch, like, a TV show and come back and it would be loaded, sort of thing. But if I were to, like, do that now at my house... with the dial-up still, because it was dial-up back then too, so
yeah.
If I were to do that now, if I were to like try to play a video, like a 2-minute video, it would not play like the first like 20 seconds of it for like forever. And it would take forever to load.
My god, that totally reminds me. That totally reminds me of whenever Kingdom Hearts 2 was, like, first coming out, and I still had dial-up, and I was trying to watch, like, the, E3 trailer for it, but it was in Japanese, and I just wanted to watch it so badly, so that I set it up, and it took it, like, a whole day, like, from morning to night, just to load, and I was just so happy, and then it cut off in the middle, and I actually did start crying.
That would always happen. It would always cut off in, like, the middle or something.
Yeah, because something would have happened that it's just like, okay, I'm gonna quickly load this, and then it's like, no.
And then, like, sometimes you'd pull it back to the beginning, and then it would just reload.
It still does that for me today, but...
I hate it when that happens now, but when it was dial-up, that was like...
That was like
500 times worse.
It was like you lost a day of your life.
Like, I wanted to, like, anytime something, like, an error or something would happen with a video, I would just, like, I'd give up. Like, I'd go outside.
Now we have high-speed internet and
Not me.
Isn't anymore.
I have line of sight, so it's basically just the quicker version of dial-up.
Yeah.
Except for down at the cottage, which is actually pretty good, unless I have Skype running. It's like, no, you will not do anything else but Skype.
Okay.
Hey, Rebecca.
Uh-huh.
Quickly, I have an important question.
All
Would you want to be a warrior, guardian, healer, black mage, gunner, beastmaster, or bard?
I forgot you were doing that.
Now we're going to have to explain.
And we'll have to quickly explain, because we're kind of running
Guardian.
a bit long.
I'll say guardian.
Okay, so anyway, I reblogged on my Tumblr a dress-up game from a few of my friends, and I was like, this is a really good game, people should play it. So Kelsey started playing it, and she was like, I made a lot, basically. So she's like, still making
every single...
During this entire podcast, that is probably what she has been doing, is playing with the doll maker.
I'm a really cool person.
We also really like dress-up games, so we're sorry.
We like designing characters and stuff. That's just a thing.
I try to make them look as much like me as I possibly can, which actually works out 90% of the time.
They never look like me ever.
Sometimes I make some at like Michelle, and it looks just like her. Remember that one I made? I forget what site it was, but it was like this really good doll or character kind of creator website, and I like made a whole bunch of characters, and I was like, the one I made of you, Michelle, looks just like you.
Yeah.
And you're like, wow.
Hey, remember that time we were playing Soul Calibur 4 and we made ourselves?
Oh my god.
And I was both on the TV and on the couch or bed or
That
whatever.
was really creepy.
We were sitting there looking at the screen when we finished making her character on Soul Calibur, and we're sitting there and we're like, hey, look, Lindsay's on screen. Wait a second. If she's there on the TV, then who's sitting next to me? Dun, dun.
So quickly to change subjects because we're kind of running towards the end. The last thing on my list here is the RWBY Yellow trailer, which is going to be coming out June 1st. If you don't know what RWBY is, it is a new kind of web series that is going to be run by Rooster Teeth that they're kind of releasing trailers for right now. It's not out yet, but it will be soon.
And if you don't know what who Rooster Teeth is, just Wikipedia it. You should be
Or
able to find an
YouTube
answer.
it.
YouTubing it could work, but you might also be confused. I don't know. Take your pick.
You might know them
Take your
for
pick.
doing what, like Red versus
Red
Blue.
versus Blue, and
Yeah,
they have a separate kind of segment department that does Let's Plays, which is called Achievement Hunter. They're basically an internet company who does like shorts and different kind of series. Yeah. So yeah, Yellow trailer. Anybody excited?
Well, no, I'm not.
God
Yes,
damn it, Rebecca.
I'm excited.
So the Yellow trailer is the last trailer that has to come out.
Oh, jeez.
And then we
Probably
will know.
start
We will
releasing
know.
episodes.
Yeah. Which will be at RTX, which is Rooster Teeth's
I'm wondering what they're going to do
Expo.
for the Yellow trailer, because the first two trailers were very similar to each other, and then the third trailer kind of like threw me off because I was expecting like the same from like the first two trailers to happen.
Yeah.
And they kind of had voice acting and stuff I wasn't expecting.
And like plot and another
plot.
character, and it was like
Well,
really unexpected.
So it makes me wonder if they're going to keep with that new style, go back to the first one, or do something else.
I'm kind of hoping they do something else, just to kind of show more of what like to expect from them.
I suppose it also depends on like the character, because with the first two, they were both, you know, singular characters, whereas the Blake, right, the third one,
Yes.
she had a partner, so we could have dialogue happen between the two. So maybe Yellow doesn't have a partner, or
Well, the thing with Yellow, I feel like she had a gun on her, so I'm thinking like gunslinger. Maybe she has like a little posse.
I was
I don't
thinking
know.
guns or even daggers.
Yeah, it's really hard. Goddamn silhouettes, I can't tell. Just, you know, give us a weapon at least.
So yeah, as a teaser, before we really even knew what RWBY was, Rooster Teeth released an image which had the silhouettes of their four main characters. And as they've been releasing kind of teaser trailers, they've been for each specific character, and so then they color in that silhouette, and Yellow is the only silhouette that we're left with.
Yeah.
Okay, Black threw me off. I was thinking that she was going to have like ears or bow
Like
on
she
her
was
head.
gonna be a
I
makeup
didn't.
girl? Where'd that go?
Because I thought, you know, because it was going like Little Red Riding Hood and then like Snow White sort of thing, so I was like, oh, it's like Beauty and the Beast because she has like ears or whatever. So that
And
was...
it's not based off those.
I know, but
they
it's
said.
like
They just have
it was like a
similarities,
kin
that's
to
all.
those, you know.
Yeah. But when I first saw Blake's silhouette, my first initial thought was, oh, she has ears. But then I
also
saw
thought
the
she had a
kind
whip.
of the bump in the middle. I saw a bump between it, so I was like, oh, it's a bow.
I thought it was like her hair.
And yeah, I thought she had a whip too, but I mean, I guess her weapon...
She does have a whip.
Her weapon is the most confusing thing.
It is.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm like, what weapon do you have? You have like a whip, with a knife
Explain
attached
yourself,
to it.
weapon.
And it's
then
like
she
a
has,
gun and ribbons.
It's
and...
an all-in-one. It's basically
weapons.
she has a Swiss Army knife.
So that makes me think, what is Yellow's weapon going to be? Because so far we've already seen Ruby, she has a scythe, which is like a scythe gun thing. Mm-hmm. White has had a sword that also has some sort of like magic thing kind of associated with it.
Yeah,
Link has had...
The white sword reminds me of those like pens. Where you
I think I remember seeing a cosplay on Tumblr.
You just slide it up, and then it like turns into that like ink, and then you can write with red ink or blue ink.
I wonder if it was based off that.
I'm wondering.
Whenever I went on Tumblr after White's trailer was revealed, that's all I saw was those stupid pens with the interchangeable colors, and I'm like, God, oh my God, seriously? I did not think of that.
The first time I saw that, I was like, oh my God. But anyway, White has a rapier, and then Black has a...
Swiss Army knife.
Yeah. I think they all have, like, a gun attached to their... Oh, wait, no.
Except for White.
White doesn't. White. But, so I'm expecting Yellow will have a, like, multi-use weapon as well.
Mm-hmm. It could be what is it called in Final Fantasy? A gun sword?
Oh.
I was about to say gunslinger.
I'll say our resident... Well, no. It could be Kelsey and Rebecca, our resident Final Fantasy experts. Is it a gun sword, or... Is it gun something else?
Gunblade.
Gunblade, thank you. I was close. I was off by... I don't know. I give up.
Yeah.
Who's hand farting?
That was actually just my mouth. I clapped with my hands a little bit and then went...
Yeah, because it sounded like a... It's just a hand fart.
As a guardian, do you want a chest plate?
Okay.
I think now, as we've descended into hand farts and chest plates, that I think
we're... to continue so I can discuss with Kelsey what I'm going to look like.
I'm gonna say we're gonna wrap up.
We're gonna wrap up.
Does that sound good?
Yeah, sure.
Yeah.
The Boondoggle podcast.
Boondoggle podcast. Hey yo, GD. It's not gay if it's with G Dragon. And I'm gonna leave you with that. So, feel free to follow us on Tumblr, which is probably where you're listening to this, or you're listening to this on YouTube. You can follow us there. There should be a link to our Tumblr if you want to follow us there as well.
If you want to be on...
I hope I don't screw up. I'm sorry.
And
I'm the one who's moderating the blog.
And
I have no luck.
These will come out...
These will come out.
These will come out weekly every Wednesday, so long as everything goes well. So we will hopefully see you, or at least talk at you, next Wednesday.
We'll talk at you later.
Also, if you have any questions or concerns, just ask at the blog.
Yeah, or
Really
if you have any
simple.
topics that you think would be good if we discussed, feel free to...
Because we all live under a rock.
Yeah.
I know nothing about the outside world or anything else that's not on Tumblr. I'm sorry.
So yeah, feel free to interact with us if you'd like. And we'll see you... No, we won't see you. We will...
Well, we
We'll
might.
Maybe we will.
We'll talk at you later.
We actually go to people's houses.
We will sit on your computer desk or wherever you have your computer laptop device, and we'll just sit there and talk to you.
Yeah.
We will
So
talk...
we could possibly be sitting on you.
It'll be fun.
If you're allowed. Yeah. It could be a party.
I'm just trying to end it.
Okay.
Sorry.
Ending it.
Bye,
So,
y'all.
we'll talk to you guys later, and everybody say goodbye.
Toodles.
Bye.
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 Yo, GD.
Hey, yo, GD.